Saturday Night Live being called out for woke smugness on its Weekend Update segment after claiming former President Trump made up the term debanking.
Trump did have a slight stumble this week while talking about banks, and he introduced an interesting new term called debank.
We're also going to place strong protections to stop banks and regulators from trying to debank you. They want to debank you, and we're going to debank.
I don't know what the hell debank means, but he might have to take D-ambulance to see the doctor.
Well, debank, it's actually a word. It's a verb with the definition to deprive someone of banking facilities.
Sure.
Now we know. Joe Concha is a Fox News contributor, columnist for The Messenger, and joins us now. He could have looked it up. Somebody on the writing staff could have looked it up before they made the joke, maybe, Joe?
Carly, we're talking 17 writers, at least, for SNL. Right. And not one could look that up, to your point. Great point. And this is SNL in 2024, guys. If MSNBC and The View could somehow procreate, this show in its current form would be the result. Debanking, as you just pointed out, is a very real term, and it is happening. But because the writers and the cast of this show live in such an elitist bubble, they make utter fools of themselves and not knowing what it means. This is the same late-night comedy, scare quotes, a show that mocked Republican Congresswoman Elise Stefanik not too long ago for taking on Harvard President Claudine Gay after she defended calls for genocide of Jews by pro-Hamas activists on campus. And they thought they owned Elise Stefanik. They made fools of themselves there, too. Either way, this isn't your daddy's SNL anymore. Carly and Todd, because ask yourself this, and I think, Todd, maybe you brought this up when we did a segment on this recently. When was the last time this show produced megastars like Chevy Chase, John Belushi, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Billy Crystal, Eddie Murphy, Adam Sandler, Chris Farley, Dana Carvey, Will Ferrell, Tina Fey, Amy Poehler? When was the last time somebody came out of the show and was a big star? It's been some time, hasn't it?
It's the people that aren't getting on this show, like a Shane Gillis, who are actually turning out to be the real big stars. So I think if you get the job, turn it down and go on your own. I will say, let's get ready, though, Joe. This is what the next 9 months are going to be. I'm going to call it advocacy by ignorance. They don't care how they get Donald Trump. They don't care if they're wrong. They're going to do it. But that said, Concha, one person, one dog, Snoop Dogg, D-O-double-G, changing his tune on Donald Trump. In a new interview with the Sunday Times, Snoop says, "He ain't done nothing wrong to me. He has only done great things for me. He pardoned Michael Harris, so I have nothing but love and respect for Donald Trump." Michael Harris is a record executive that had some connections to Snoop. It's a far cry from 2017. When you know what happened in 2017, Snoop had a video where he actually shot President Trump in the head. So like can we read anything into this change from an electoral perspective, or is this one guy, Snoop, just changing his tune?
This is indicative of what's happening right now as far as support among black voters for Donald Trump. Snoop's comments obviously are driven by the fact that Trump passed criminal justice reform along with Republicans in Congress, along with Democrats in Congress while he was in office. And look, we are now seeing polls where Donald Trump, who is the clear frontrunner for the GOP nomination by a country mile, he's now receiving north of 20% support among black voters. No Republican who's run for president has come even close to that in the modern era as far as elections are concerned. And if Trump can even break 15, 16% support, guys, among blacks in November 2024, it's lights out for Joe Biden as far as winning re-election. Because not only is he bleeding support among black voters, it's also happening among Hispanic voters, younger voters, independent voters, female voters. And if Trump can just take Georgia, Arizona, Wisconsin, and Michigan that he lost by a very slim margin in 2020, if everything else holds, as it looks like it will, he will be the 47th president, Carly.
Yeah, and that's why President Biden was in South Carolina speaking with black voters this weekend. But a lot of people still remember that comment that he made, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. And that did not sit well with the black community. Joe, thanks for joining us this morning. Have
Joe
a great
with a hot take.
Absolutely.
Joe Concha dropping it.
He always has hot takes.
Dropping it like it's hot. Fox and Friends starts now.
Bye, guys.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.